Well, tell me this. What got you into coaching? What
What
got
got
you
me
into
into,
coaching?
well, would you like me to start from the beginning, slightly the beginning, how I got there?
Yeah, yeah. Let's talk
I
about how
always
you
said
got
part
there.
one, two, and three, and after the interview, I'd like to speak with you. But how I got there, how I
Sure.
determined, sometimes I feel we all, Johnny, we have this thing we know, a nudge at us in life. We know what we should be doing, but
Yeah,
we get distracted. We go to get degrees. We go do down other, avenues. And then we finally realize I'm going to do what God put me here for. So I was, as you well know, that I'm a recovered alcoholic of 14 years. And I end up going through a tumultuous moment. And to make it a short snippet, and I went to the recovery in Texas Star in Austin, Texas. And with the 12-step program, they have a fourth step. And that fourth step really made me realize something with myself. And what it made me realize and how I became and come out and doing what I'm doing is that made me really clear myself. You get a clear mind, heart, and everything. Then I said, what do I want to go back into me? What do I want to restore as? And I prayed about it. And I started writing in the fourth step. That's how I was able to really get through it. I wrote a book. And then I said, oh, I love this program. I felt like I've been in a place that I should have been. I loved every moment of recovery and not so much. And they said, you was there for alcoholism. So what I did a lot of research into what they're doing and they had a program when people come through. I love it. And it was called Recovery Addiction Coach. Yes, I want to do that. So I prepared as I was in rehabilitation for 30 days. I went on to start preparing. I started training. I started researching. I started doing numerous things to fulfill
yeah.
it. Up on coming out, I wrote my first book, like, haha, here it is. And then I love what I was doing. I got the training, passed the test, and it was with the state of Texas. And now I'm on my many years in working with it. And as you well know, when you begin a journey, it has its moment stop. I love the way Tabitha Brown talks about it. That's part of my life. Life happened. I lost my mother. So I've never let go of the baton. I kept, keeping it sharp, keeping the pencil sharp. And that's how I got into it, and I love it. In addition to that, and I look at the way the sides of my education side in business management and administration, I'm sorry, and then I weigh the side of what God has delivered me and gave to me, and I love this side more. And that's how I became what I am today and
Awesome,
loving every
awesome.
minute.
Coach, you said something interesting. Our life experiences. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think our life experiences are made to help others, right? Like we speak. I mean, you speak from life experiences. You said how many years of sobriety?
14.
14.
14 years, going
Hey,
on 14.
before we go any further, I want to commend you on that. I want to
Thank you.
commend you on that. That is quite an
Thank you.
awesome
Yes.
feat, you know,
Thank
and that alone will help others. That alone will help
Exactly.
others. And tell us about your book. Tell me about your book.
Totally agree. My book is a memoir, and I've been
Okay.
having some moments with Amazon to try to. It takes a while. If anyone's ever dealt with Amazon, it takes a lot to correction. So we're
Yeah.
trying to loop to get it back on there. Haven't got it back on there, but if anyone's interested, it can always get me. That's a memoir, and what it does is start off in the setting of East Texas. I'm an East Texas girl, and it kind of gives a little
Okay.
marginal things of life tidbits. And when I wrote the book, I realized it's 24 books are left out. So we do not know that at the time. So it's an ongoing thing. And it covers that in some ways in my life, moments of the trials and tribulations of my life and arising out of it up until today in terms of my recovery. I went on an
Yeah.
interview while in recovery. So this program is an awesome program. And if anyone is really looking forward to getting out of the alcoholism, I know I'm moving away from the book. It will make you, reason I'm bringing it up like that, it makes you dig in yourself and pull out yourself. And it pulled out a book in me. And that book, we're still working on it it's always priming because I want it to be more of like how to do as opposed to what happened to me. And that's the leading of it as to how I did it and what I did it. And that's basically what it uh, deals with, Johnny. And what I have to say is many of us in this program, we're in this program, many things, minuscule things happen along the way, and you realize it dumped on you. Some developed depression, as I did, and some have gone through a lot of things that we've held on to, and we've looked for some source to give us some calm. And once you realize that, and the thing about it, it's okay. It's okay that you became an alcoholic. It's okay you became a drug addict. It's okay. What are you going to do about it now?
Yeah.
And many have said, and you may ask that question later. They say, well, why do you repetitively say that you're an alcoholic? My response to that is this: why not? My thing is, it's not saying I'm an alcoholic until if you're along the way, you're getting DWIs, things happening that's not of your plan for life. And then it was an invisible thread that you had no knowing what it was. And you realize I was an alcoholic. So I keep that. My thing is, it's not me saying I'm going to go. I do everything preventive for not going, but I would never lose sight of who I was or what I am. And that's an alcoholic. If I keep it before me, I don't have to worry about going back. And that has worked for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think probably the first step to recovery, or the first step to even conquering anything, is taking ownership, right? Is to just say, hey,
Yes,
I know what I was. I know where I've come from. I know where I want to be. And, clients that I talk to, coaching clients that I talk to, I mean, that's probably the first step, right? To achieving anything or to making progress is to take ownership of something and calling it what it is, right? Calling it, saying, hey, I have failed, right? I have failed, but I'm on the mend, right? I want to get up from this, and I want better. I want better for myself. And you said something, Coach Jackie. You said digging deep. When you talk about digging deep, I am in awe and amazed at what people can accomplish and achieve when they dig deep within themselves and find that, hey, I can pull myself out of this. Would you agree with that?
I totally agree. And when I say digging deep, it's as if though you're giving yourself a new lease on life. And people say, why would you say alcoholic and live with it and say that? My thing is that we call it I'm trying to think of the term. I just, like right now, going through the worst thing, and they call it humility. I use that word, humility, the best miracle place can be. Because what you do, it's like a planting of a garden. You've heard it with the roses. My mother we had roses forever. And my mother, every season, she would prune them and they grow back, embellished, and be so beautiful. And, my thing was, Mom, can we not do one? And I was a young girl. Can we just not cut this one so we can see how did this happen? And the ones that was pruned just grew exponentially, cutting the dead parts out. To me, what we're doing is carving inside of us something. In the Bible, and I'm not making this church, speaks of something in a similar way. It says, when a house is clean and swept, something old try to come back. That's meaningful to me. So you get the old out so that new can come in. And to me, when you do that, you have realized that it's like you're carrying a weight. God said to let your burdens up on me. You're clearing yourself. You don't know the light weight that there is on you. You could not tell me when I went through my program and people said, well, how did these things happen? They got called, and I just used the 12 steps. I use that term. It's clearing yourself so things can happen. Your vision clear, your heart is clear. And what I mean, little by little, I went through things for DWI, and then I went through something I know, and God knows I was wrongfully accused. So it's still out there, right? But I fought it. And my point is, so I was on probation. You do things in your new life. And they said, well, you didn't think about falling? You make a plan, as I did when I was in recovery. You make a plan to move forward in life, not when you step out the doors and figure out what you're going to do, because everything is still out there. You make a plan of steps while you're in there, where you're going to live. You do all of those things. And when you get out, you're ready to go. And I'm going to tell you, it's a miracle place in humility. There is a miracle place there. If I say to you, and I always say this program is not a cookie cutter program. The way I do it, the way you do it, but the path is the same. The healing path to healing is the same. You may do it with jumping jacks. I may do it coming with doing some cartwheels.
Right.
But the fact is, you're working on you for growth and that idea.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have
And
to become like a child.
you've mentioned a few times since we've been talking. Obviously, your faith plays a big part, a big role in what you're doing here and how you approach clients, right? So, talk to me about the importance of your faith and how your faith has led you to this obviously this clean life of sobriety.
The importance of my faith, I would say it like this, Johnny. Johnny, right? Coach
Yes.
Martinez. I would say the importance of the faith and how it's utilized. When I look back now, I think I was using faith and doing things I want to do in life. And all I do is go to the altar, or I pray, and it's swept away, right? But yet and still, when those moments happen, you go do more, even worse than before, right? So I had to say faith and action. All of those things have to be in one place of doing something. So I said, this must be something you have to feed and grow with. This faith is not something you just pull out of a tree and I'm gonna just put it. It's something that you got to put in a golden place. And you got to build on it. You have to build on it. It's just not, some people say, just have the faith, you could do it. And, we heard people walking around had the solution in scripture for 40 years. And what I realized is faith is in action. Faith is going to the Father looking for direction. Faith is something that comes to you when you have clear what you need to be doing in terms of inside of here. And when I would do that, I can tell you, I would wake up knowing which direction to go. I would wake up. And then at the end of the day, the important thing that this faith has taught me, I used to think at the end of the day that, we've grown up here and 7 times 70, we forgive somebody, right? So I grew up, so wait a minute, every day you just don't, but what is the concern is me. What do I do at night? I look at who do I need to address things with? Who do I need to do things as? Do I apologize? What do I need to do? Don't worry about so much was done to me. What do I need to do? And if I tell you, doing that, your day is made easier. Not hard. It's not made like, it's so easy. It's made you know how to navigate in a different manner in which you navigated before. Things don't bother you. You have a different eye, as they say. You wear a different set of lenses.
Yeah.
And it maps out something.
Yes. And Coach, one of the things that I see a lot with working with clients that I coach is, when we talk about helping them navigate through something, helping them push through, if you will. For many times, I feel like they have the answers already, right? Like they have the answer, they have something already planned out in their minds, but it's needing that little extra, whether it's a nudge or whether it's sometimes just a kind word, right? Just a word that will inspire or motivate to push them through. So I always look at coaching as I'm just helping you navigate through what you're going through.
What you going?
I'm not about giving a whole lot of advice, but I am about helping you. It's almost like taking you and holding your hand as you walk through this journey, right? Do you feel like it's something like that?
I would use it like this. I'll use a case that with myself. A gentleman had a father that was addicted to alcohol. Okay. And he said that the man without alcohol, he's so lovely, works hard, he's a gentle soul, he's the sweetest something. Then he described the man that would drink as his father. He says he's cruel, he's mean, he's hateful, he blow money, he doesn't love the family. I said, so this is what I see for you. You're focused on looking for that person with the alcohol in them. I said, this is what I would do if I were you. Tell him that you love him. Tell him to call you when you're ready to go get help. And leave him in God's hand. He said, what are you talking about? I said, because what you're focusing on, the person that the alcoholic, which needs help. By you going and telling him oh, you this and this, and you're kind. One day you act like you're Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Do you have split personality? That's not the solution. They already know they got problems. I said,
Right.
let that be. And once he comes to you, you be ready. You be ready to get him help. Because if he has that lovely sense being a father, he knows he has a problem. He knows when he wake up when he lost money.
Right.
Sure enough,
Yeah.
fast forward, he called me 3 years later. He said he's ready. I said, which one is ready? He said, an alcoholic. The alcoholic is ready.
Yeah.
This man still today is healed and he's father again. So we cannot focus on what they, because as you said earlier, Johnny, you said people, the solution lies in the, when you're talking, you already know what the
Yeah.
solution is. If you listen to when you're telling a person, oh, I can't do this, I don't know how to do this. Every time I do this and this, and you really listen to yourself, the solution lies in the problem right there. If you give time, how do you find it? You got to give a clear mind.
Yeah.
And that's the distinct difference.
It sounds like this requires a lot of grace and a lot of love,
Mm-hmm.
right? Grace and
Yeah,
love.
I
I
would
mean,
agree.
I feel like love will fix a whole lot of stuff, right? I feel like love will fix a lot of things.
That's funny you said that. This week I was talking to my sponsor and I said, this is something I found in this program. I said, we have a lot of love for one another because I know what you are dealing with. I know the goods and the bad. And I said, we understand one another when they're not doing something. It's not that they didn't want to do it. It's not that they lied. It's none of that. We know their mindset. I carried a book around for 3 months. I finally got it out of storage, sucked the dust off. The guy already paid me for it. Never once bugged me for it. He's an artist. And my point is, after I told him I was sending it, then I put it in my bag and go to the post office, still forget to get it out of the bag. And when I did, I was able to put his money was in there for my photo because he was an artist and he did it. And in the moment that I sent it to him and he got it in the mail, the money is not so much a safe way to send it, but what I owed him was inside the book. He said, where is money coming from? He said that was money he needed to send off something. So my point is, we know one another. He didn't label she this and that. He said she's gonna get to it. And me saying I'm gonna get to it. So what did I learn? That, maybe do some little things, but life's still happening. So the thing is, this program is love. And love sees through and love does a whole lot of things that some things can do. A lot of people say, what is love? I love people and people run on me. Love is a spirit. Just gently walk away in time. Sometimes love is just walking away, and I found that. And
Yeah.
so I say this program has put so much joy in me that sometimes I can overly talk, get overly happy, but I can say it comes from a genuine place today. I can remember I
Yeah.
got happy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it is, I
You
agree
said
with the love part.
you said a whole lot there, Coach. You said love will fix things that a lot of things can't fix, right? And I truly believe that we're in the place right now, especially things that are going on in the world and things that are
Mhm.
going on and around us. To where it feels like we just need a great big old hug, right? Or we just need to show more love, show more compassion, right? And like you said, people know when they're in a bind, when they're in a rut, when they're in a bad spot. We don't have to constantly remind them where they're at, right? They already know that. But
Okay.
what can help is just love, just to love on them, just to love on
Love,
them,
exactly.
right?
Exactly. I remember
I,
my
you know,
situation. Excuse me.
my my full-time
Talking.
job, when
Mhm.
I'm not writing books and I'm not coaching clients, my full-time job
Uh-huh.
is I work at a at-risk youth boys ranch, and
Okay.
I know um, a lot of the things that I deal with when I'm dealing with youth that come from
Mhm.
broken up homes. Um, they just need love, right? I mean, I see it every day. I see it every day.
Mhm.
They need love. They come from trauma.
Mhm.
Um, and we, and in a sense, we all come from trauma, right? There's trauma. We've been through trauma. Trauma's around us. We've experienced trauma in some form or fashion, and so I put myself in the shoes of a 15 or 16-year-old young man, and
Mhm.
he's going through a lot of stuff, right? He's still, I mean, he's just trying to figure his own self out, so I have to I have to walk into work every day. How much am I willing to love today, right? That's the question I ask.
Mhm.
How much love do I have to share with somebody that I know needs love or has maybe never heard the words "I love you," right? So,
And being
yeah,
ready, exactly. The readiness of it, being ready for it. It's got to be prepared.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and what you're saying, that this what comes to mind is prepare, work on me. You know how some people for the physical do the weight. I want everything. I tell individuals. One young girl was saying she's looking for a relationship or what have you, and she find people drink, blah blah. I said that you looking for, you need to become first, so they can look for you. That's it's like everything was out there when we became willing. On step one, when we became in that moment, it was already there. We didn't see it through the atrocities that we were going through until we was ready for it. And I tell people, anything you're ready for, become that yourself. Become that. And I remember a little
yeah,
thing, we hear in this program, the people, places, and the things. I prayed about it because
yeah,
that's a new thing. We've accepted a new route in life, and I said, place thing. You become a little bit immature about it. Like, oh, do I meet people and ask them do they drink? And I never forget sitting at this table. God said, no, you become what you're looking for. You become the people, places, and the thing. And that's what I did
yeah,
because what I found out amongst women, 6, 7 figure women, what I found was when I was met these individuals in Austin. And what I found, Johnny, was this: a lady that I was looking up that was coaching me, and I was like, oh, I was just, it's there, the answer's there and everything. And I found out she was just a part of us. She had gone through things for herself. So we
yeah,
never know what God, just making ourselves ready and giving it
yeah,
out to others, and
yeah,
not look at it and don't rush, and don't make it look like it's oh, everything is gonna be easy. No, life still happens. Life still
right,
happened. I lost my husband, but the preparedness up in here and communicating to him when things are happening, it kind of
right,
makes a different way you think. I don't need something to calm me, just meditate,
yeah,
pray
yeah,
and meditate, talk to, and everything is cut in half. And I'm telling you, this has been the most amazing route, and I'm continuing to write. And right now, if I must, we're working on a thing with some beautiful arts, and I like to send it to you. Got some beautiful arts. We're trying to take each is about 10 art pieces, original artwork, and we're trying to think of some fund drive for each photo. And so much, 20% will go to that particular organization, 20%. We've been working on some months. Again, life's still happening. And every time
right,
something happens and derails, it stops, slows
yeah,
down. But
yeah,
that's being worked on. And I love what I do today.
yeah, yeah. That's
So,
good.
and I like what I was talking about. I like to get that together and share that with you moving forward. I love this. I love what I do. And I even love the times in which I need to take a break. I love that too, but I know I got to get up and go with different
Yeah,
things. And I'm so ready. I am so ready. It's like life happened. Give your time self, give yourself time to heal and move forward. And move
right.
forward.
Yeah. Well, Coach, before we get off our call this evening, can you tell us about how to get in contact with you? Um, if you have a website, feel free to share it. How to get your book?
Okay. First of all, you can get on Amazon, but not on Amazon yet. I take that back. Call myself at 832-791-3390, or you can email me at jaishelby@yahoo.com, JAISHELBY@yahoo.com. And I I didn't get the last question you asked me. The phone number and email. Anytime you want to get in contact with me, any speaking engagements, we're willing to set them up. And for some organizations, I have gotten to the point I do some things in terms of volunteering, but what have you, we've got to live. But if we're speaking for any engagements, I'm available.
Okay, awesome.
And again, the title of the book is A Million Second Chances.
Okay. I'm gonna have you send me that information. You can text that to me, and I will share that on my social media. And I appreciate you being here this evening. I really appreciate this conversation, and I look forward to talking to you again real soon. Okay.
Exactly, and I appreciate being here. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great one.
You
You're
too.
welcome. Bye-bye.